welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah if you're new here, and I'm a stay-at-home mom of a beautiful 15-month-old daughter, and I'm just sharing a little bit of my simple living tips and just my life as a mom. And today we're going to be tackling this bathroom. I'm just going to keep it real here. I did not clean up anything because I wanted to keep it true to the state of what I let it get to, which I'm not proud of. But I will say the bathroom is literally my least favorite household task to take care of. So that's why it looks this messy. And a lot of times I'll let baby girl just kind of like play in the cabinets so I can use the restroom on the side. And she'll just throw everything out, and some things obviously I don't want her playing with. So I'll just put it on top of the counter and then not put it away. So guilty as charged, but we're gonna actually take care of it in 3 parts. So the first part's gonna be a little declutter, which is probably overdue at this time. And then the second part is going to be cleaning up, a really good deep clean. That's going to be tomorrow that I'll film that. And then the last actually fun part that we might even go do a little bit of shopping for storage solutions will be the organization part of this video to make this space ultimately just more functional. It's a decent sized bathroom, which I'm super grateful for, but that also makes it easy to clutter up quite easily. All right. I'm starting with this because it's the messiest right now. And one of the few things I know I'm not gonna actually go through exactly is my makeup, only because I did just go through that right before I went traveling the other week. So, pulling everything out to start, and then we'll look at what we have. I'm not pregnant, but this is actually the box from when I was pregnant, and it's in a different language because, funny story, we actually found out we were pregnant on our honeymoon in Croatia, so that's why it's a different language. It was the first pregnancy test I'd ever taken, and that was quite the surprise. Just wanted to switch the angle. Trying to focus, we are decluttering here. I used to use these hair towels to dry my hair every single day, but I don't use it anymore, so it just doesn't make sense to keep this. Probably maybe donate that one. So this is actually kind of funny. These little hair scarf things by Kristen made. I love some of the designs, but I definitely purchased too many, and I actually have like 3 of these listed on Facebook. No, Biscuit, she loves scrunchies. Okay, well, she took a scrunchie, that's okay. Anyway, I was saying I have these listed on Facebook Marketplace, so these really shouldn't even be in the bathroom with my other hair tools because I know I am getting rid of them long term. So I'm just gonna put the set that I have listed right now aside. All right, so scrunchies go in this little pouch that my sweet mother-in-law made for me with her little cricket. It has my name on it. It's cute. This is also very random, but this is sentimental. It's 3 different like cheerleading bows I had when I was a cheerleader in middle school. I actually wanted to save them if I ever had a future daughter, and now I do, which is kind of ironic that I did save them. But that's more sentimental. I'm not gonna keep this in the bathroom. Anything that's sentimental, I know I'm donating or not keeping, I'm just gonna kind of tuck away to the side here. Let's see, what's this one? I'm not gonna keep it if I don't wear it though. Yeah, this one's gonna be trash. Lost the charm for it. Don't wear it as a plain necklace, and it's just a cheap jewelry thing. So, one thing that has been long awaited is me deciding to get rid of my nail polish. And I did have a phase where I was painting my nails pretty often, and it was great because saving, so much money from getting manicures and pedicures at the nail salon, but I don't paint them anymore. It's like so rare. So I think I'm actually going to keep the main colors that I would use, which are the clear, the pink. I have a little glitter top coat, and I thought I had a white. Maybe my daughter put it in a different basket. But I think I'm gonna get rid of these colors. And by get rid of, I mean pass to my mom, because I'm sure she will be very happy to have a few extra nail colors on hand. So this is my drawer that I have. It's just this little wicker basket, but it's definitely not ideal for what I'm looking for. If you're deciding to go through your bathroom, always check the expiration dates of certain like medicated things. Like this is Neosporin, and this expires July, August, this month. So I know, or does this come with Neosporin? No, it doesn't. This expires this month, so I'm just gonna go ahead and toss it. I am a stickler, if you didn't know about expiration dates. Some people keep stuff way past, and I am just someone who is very like adamant, like if it's expired, I'm not keeping it. So this one's expired. Let's see, this one does not have an expiration date. See, crimp and end long. Oh, here's the expiration date. 2024, yeah, not keeping. So that's my downsized little basket. I do have rubbing alcohol and nail polish remover that I'm keeping, and although I do try to avoid fragrances most of the time, I do have 2 things of perfume that every once in a while I go ahead and wear. I'm gonna try to speed things along. I have this little travel kit for the Opalex brand of like hair care. I do like using that all the time. I kind of keep my travel supplies, or is that the right word? My travel things in my travel bag, so it's just easy to go when I am ready. This is a lot of like new products that I'll replace out with the old ones. I'm trying to see if there's anything I don't need. No, this is all like lip mask, contact cases, deodorant refills, and contacts. All right. This one looks good, even though it's not the neatest. I end up using a lot of these little bags as my drawers, which works, but it's not the most neat looking. All right, so these are more of the minis that I haven't quite used. For now, I'm gonna put them in here until I find a better organization solution. Yeah, I can probably honestly use one of these in the car. These are little like hand creams. We've got hair care, a little comb. This does not belong in here. It's a little bookmark, so I'm just gonna put that to the side. Let's see, is this expired? Oh, another Neosporin. Didn't even know I had that. Oh, yep, this one's expired too. Okay. Some more minis that I haven't used. A little thermometer. Put that there, and floss. Doesn't floss expire too? I don't know. Okay. Moving on. All right, so gonna tackle our counter really quick. This is trash. That's my husband's. Let's see, he does use this. I'm gonna have to ask him if I can declutter any of his beard tools. I'll get back to him on that one, because he used to have a beard, and then he was gifted all these beard supplies, and now does not use like any of them, but I know one day he'd like to get one, so, or one day he'd like to grow one back. Let's look at the jewelry. I do use all of those. Okay. I also have these little jars here that I do like having on the counter because they're just easy to reach, those little things. I keep Q-tips, toothpicks, or not toothpicks, the little floss picks, and cotton balls in there. And then my contact solution, definitely need that. All right, so not much to declutter here, just this piece of trash. I'm gonna get rid of these beard oil supplies because I know they're definitely expired at this point. This is trash. Travel stuff. All right, so this is the final pile of what I'm going to donate, sell, or simply just throw away. In this closet, we just have a lot of extra bags, so I'm going to go through and see what is up here. Yeah, my husband actually, I did have him go through these bags before we moved into this house, and he's definitely more sentimental than I am, so there are quite a few that he's keeping, but they do fit quite well up here. So definitely keeping this, and this is also sentimental things that he was gifted, a little wedding box, cigar box, etc. Our travel supplies. I don't buy bags often, but this is my collection. I do use all of these bags, not as often as I'd like, because a lot of times I do need a bigger bag with whatever I need for baby girl, but very happy with keeping my collection somewhat minimal, honestly. This one I've literally also had for like 7 years, and I still like it. This is a dust bag for my diaper bag, still keeping that. It also has the extra straps for it. Fanny pack for my husband for travel. Keep that in the travel one. And then definitely use this one. Let's see. I am not cleaning, I'm not organizing, I'm just decluttering. So quick look at this. Can I get rid of anything? The only thing I might be able to get rid of, oh, there's a comb left in there, is one of these black duffel bags, because I think there's 3 of them. I'm gonna ask my husband if we can get rid of them, or not all of them, but just one of them. But if not, I think we're actually gonna keep the rest of these bags. Yeah, this bag just goes to cover this bag right here. All right, day 2 is complete, and it honestly wasn't as bad as I thought. I didn't get rid of as much as I thought, but again, didn't really have that much to go through anyway. So tomorrow's gonna be a really fun one, and I say fun a little sarcastically because I definitely don't enjoy cleaning up the bathrooms, but we're gonna do a really good deep clean of this bathroom. And if you have not already, I'd highly encourage you to go ahead and just put this video on in the background, but tackle whatever you've been putting off, because for me personally, I love to just use other people cleaning and organizing as my motivation to tackle my own project. And truthfully, as a new YouTuber, it really helps me with watch time. So tomorrow's gonna be a bit clean, but tonight I'm gonna go get some rest. Well, it is 2 days later, and I ended up getting sick the next day. And so I put this off a little bit. I'm still sick, but I really do want to knock this out. So I'm gonna try my best to just clean up as best as I can, even though I'm not feeling 100%. But my baby is napping, so I think now is just the perfect time to just take care of whatever I can. So let's get to it. in our cabinets or above our countertops. And now I'm gonna go ahead and just thoroughly clean out the empty drawers in here and actually line it with this little liner that I've been holding on to. Originally, I wanted to do a declutter, clean, and then organize day, but the clean and organize is actually going to be combined into one just because of me not cleaning yesterday due to being sick. But anyway, I also wanted to challenge myself to see what I could repurpose around the house versus buying a bunch of new stuff. So the first thing that I'm going to be using is this little black bin. If you watched my last video, you'll actually know that I use this for my craft supplies, but I ended up finding slightly larger bins that actually fit just about everything together. So I ended up not using this bin after all, but it's gonna serve us use over here. So already off the bat, I'm thinking my hair tools will fit really nicely in here, and then I'm thinking I'll store them in the closet versus under the cabinets just to save some space since I don't use them super frequently. Doesn't belong in the bathroom. I'm gonna put this in baby's bathroom, and this goes back on the shelf. I also have this plant that's been on the ground for way too long, and it's just not thriving in the bathroom, so I think I'm gonna move it elsewhere in the house. The other reason why I needed to move that plant was because it kept dropping leaves all over the ground, and that was seriously driving me crazy. That's what happens when you use a black soap. It's not actually that dirty, it's just the black soap makes it look 5 times as bad. tray thing. I'm gonna keep it under the cabinet. It might not end up staying there, but we're gonna try to keep it under for now. We'll see if he doesn't mind. Well, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It really does mean so much because every single minute of watch time helps me grow my channel, and I'd really love it if you'd subscribe if you haven't already. And I just wanted to say I'm super proud of myself for doing this, one, while I'm still sick, but two, without purchasing anything. I just wanted this to be your little encouragement that if you want to organize and clean up a space, you don't have to go out and purchase things just to make it a little bit more functional. So thankfully I had a few extra storage bins around the house that I wasn't really using, but the only thing I might go back and buy is a little cup for like a toothbrush holder, and I think that's it. Overall though, I did it, I finished, I'm so grateful, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a blessed evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.